I keep getting like random trinket drops from like everything. My vault again was just like trinket, trinket, trinket.
If you can calm the spirits here.
Yeah.
The Ranger General was sharp and steadfast, while the Peacekeeper kept the calm. Which path will you choose?
I haven't had anything good in like the last 2 vaults. It's heartbreaking. So I still have a lot of champion gear.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky with my my bolts. Getting a chest piece is very nice.
Mm.
I feel like my drops leave something to be desired though, what I get from the dungeons, but could be worse. Like my rings and neck are still like terrible.
Yeah, those are both champion for me as well. Rings and neck. I'm gonna pull down. With a group like this, you would think they would know how to line of sight.
Tending to the guards here, but the wilderness has overtaken it now.
Not quite. Again, thank you for your sacrifice.
I do what I must.
Something about this dungeon, like these round rooms, it always takes me a second to figure out where I'm supposed to go next, because the doorway isn't very obvious.
I can see that. Not that I have to decide where I'm going on these very often, I can just follow the leader. I know you
The
mean
joys
that.
of being a DPS.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like when we jumped off to the last boss and I was trying to find my way back and I was like, I have no idea where I am or where I'm supposed to be going.
Crazy. A red paladin that actually does a good job of playing his class.
All of you, feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
Stunned in the group. This cop to lay on hands, I think. Holy shit.
Oh. I will say, having so many like large melee characters makes it a little bit hard for me to see what I'm doing. Like the demon hunter and this gigantic tauren standing on top of me.
The soothing sounds of my harp brought Verisa joy beyond measure. I'll need that relic.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
I don't know why, but I've been feeling like a need to play a healer this season. I've been leveling up my old Night Elf Druid with the idea that maybe I'll do some, you know, the occasional key as a rester.
Why not?
Well now, that Dragonhawk
Well,
seems to
I
have
don't have
stolen
much
my
time, as much time as I would have liked. I'm lucky if I play like 2 nights a week these days. As
Yeah.
sad as it is.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
Pushback incoming.
Nope, got stunned. I was just about to make a comment on how easy this boss is.
As much as I really don't like disengage, I feel like every time I use it and I don't kill myself, I'm like, yes, I'm a hunter now. Like using disengage to like jump out of the cone AoE to the other side of the boss, and I'm like, yes, good, good. Watch me soar.
Pushback incoming.
Yes. Feed. All of you. Feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
I'm a firm believer all classes should have some kind of cool movement ability. It just makes the game so much more enjoyable, right? Like one of the main reasons I enjoy Monk, even when I was still playing like Mistweaver, was just the role. It just feels really good.
Yeah. Like Death Knight is just so sad. You literally just, I mean, I get the idea that you're like, you know, I don't know, Knight of Death, just like slow, inevitable crawl, but it's just, it feels so bad.
Yeah.
Beautiful. She reminds me
And
of
even
Orisa,
Warlock gets like Burning
whose
Rush
sister
and
was also
Portal and
ferocity
the like,
itself
you
if
know,
her family was
teleport
threatened.
jump thing.
Mm-hmm.
Come, let's find the next relic.
Yeah, Death Knight just has like Death's Advance, I guess.
Mm.
And the Wraith Walk if you've talented into it.
Sylvanas didn't
mean, at
ask
least,
to be Ranger General, but
At least Death's
she gave
Advance does
everything
feel
to the
really
task,
good when you
including her
do
life.
use it properly.
She trained
Like
with
being
a
able to
bow
get out of
gifted by our
mechanics
mother.
with it, it does feel
Undead
very nice.
fanatics have invaded to
I
loot
remember.
it
Oh,
and
yeah.
anything else that belongs
Just
to
avoid the movement, anything that moves you, right?
Yeah.
Being-
Mortals,
Come on.
scrabbling after any shred of control.
But now that Mythic Plus has been out for a few weeks, what do you think of this season so far? And the changes, the philosophical changes Blizzard has made?
Ooh, good question. I like the simpler rotations in terms of the class design. I feel like that was a good choice. Because I feel like a lot of the time I'm focusing more on the mechanics and less on which buttons I'm pressing when, if that makes sense. And I don't know if that's just
Yeah.
because I'm, you know, the character, like Survival Hunter's just easier than Mage at the moment. But I feel like that's a good choice. That being said, I feel like the dungeons are too easy. As in, like, a lot of the mechanics, it's like,
Yes.
you can just sort of
Feed.
roll through it and not really know what you have to do.
Yeah.
Which I don't really like.
Yep.
In terms of the actual dungeons themselves, I think I kind of liked the Dragonfly dungeons more, to be honest. I mean, none of them I think are necessarily bad, but I don't know, they don't also grip me that much either.
Yeah. I think I feel like exactly the same on all counts. Like I was a little bit iffy about the simplification at first. wish everyone would stop following me exactly into the room. Clearly I'm gathering, guys. Yeah, like, I think it was
Oh,
overall
we
a
gotta get the
good
shriek.
move.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Terrible spot for the shriek.
Yeah. Oops. Should have marked her to begin with, so we could have focused her. Yeah, so like, I think what happened was what I was hoping to happen, which is they make stuff simpler so that, like the class simpler so that you can focus on the dungeon a bit more, like make that a little bit more challenging. But then they didn't, like the dungeons are definitely too easy.
Hmm.
And this fucking Banshee.
Yeah, I know. The irony aside of like whiffing a pool while complaining the dungeons are too easy is not lost on me, but that's okay.
But overall, right, like, there's no way that we should have been up to like a 10 immediately, week 1. None of us having looked at the dungeons.
Oh yeah.
Like, everyone and their dog being able to come up to 10s. Like, they definitely messed with the difficulty too much, but it's like season 1. I'm sure they'll recalibrate for next season. And then at the same time, you have people like the priest from the last group who's like, damn, I've never been able to do this on a 10. when, you know, we'd done that with no problem, like, pretty much as soon as we got there. Like, I don't think you and I have ever had a problem with Mysara cabins before.
No. I think we're just getting DPS checked for a lot of those, like, in Mysara, but I feel like it was probably, given that they like removed all the weak auras and everything, it was probably better to make it easier than too hard, I feel like. Because if they removed all the weak auras and then made it like way too hard, people would be up in arms about it.
Yeah.
But it does feel strange having like, you know, like pretty much everyone at like 3k IO by like week 2, you're like,
I'll need it.
Yeah. Yeah, I also agree. The dungeons, like the new dungeons in this expansion, don't feel as gripping as Dragonflight or even the War Within. And I don't know if that's just like my mental state this time. Like I just haven't been as involved in this expansion. I definitely haven't been playing as much as I have in the past. So
yeah, I don't know, like I
genuinely
just,
like less good. It's hard to say, right?
yeah, I mean, I just think there's just, I wouldn't even say it's less good, but like I feel like there's less charm in the dungeons. Like I don't know, I feel like Algathar is like probably one of the best dungeons of Dragonflight, and I don't know. I don't know if it's like the voice lines or just the vibe of the dungeon. There's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a naysayer. Who knows?
Just, you know, nostalgia is everything to you.
That's it.
Good, old good.
Yeah.
New bad.
Ads coming.
Yeah. Feed. All of you. Feed on the void. Let its darkness.
Kulon. Move behind boss.
Me? I'm not supposed to have mechanics. So what do we got? Like, Magister's Terrace is good. I quite enjoy Magister's Terrace. Masara Caverns, I think is fine.
Sylvanas was sometimes fair and loved to be admired.
For some reason, it gives me the same vibe as that the Bonswamdi Shadowlands dungeon,
We have
like
one more
the other
relic to
side.
find.
Oh, the other side. I love the other side. My
Yeah.
Sara's not as good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it gives me the same vibe, but Masara just doesn't really hit the same. Like big like boss at the end, and it's yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
Nexus Point Zenith is just trash. I don't know. There's too much going on. I don't understand. I don't know if I just don't understand it, but it just seems like I'm jibbing it every time. Um,
Yeah, I've never felt like I've aced Nexus Point.
what else we
I
got?
think I'd like Spire, like this one.
It's okay.
It's nice, simple. It's not very like memorable, but it's like a. I think this is the more relaxing of the current dungeons.
Yeah. I feel like they should have leaned into the Sylvanas-ness of it a bit more. Like, obviously there's themes here, like, you know, a different wing for each sister. But, like, it's just, I don't know. It does feel very calm. I feel like they could have, like, a few more cringy voice lines, and it would, like, if they made the brother, like, really annoying, I feel like that would have been much better.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I guess the only interesting part of this dungeon to me was like, wow, they had a brother? Never knew that.
and then I think that's the rest of them. All the other ones, Algathar, Pit, Seat, Skyreach. I quite enjoy Skyreach and Algathar. Pit just feels old. It feels clunky.
Yeah, they should have stuck with their old philosophy to not go older than like Pandaria or whatever they'd originally said.
For good reason.
Yeah.
They took my life.
mean-
Savaged
It
our
just
home.
hasn't aged well at all.
One of
Yeah.
Valeria's
I mean, like, they
scouting
could have done it if they, like, you know, at least brought it up to scale, do you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why they couldn't almost completely change the dungeon if they wanted to.
Yeah, I guess they wanted the best of both worlds, to keep some of the old stuff and then try and lift it up.
But even then, it's like,
But,
I feel like they could have kept the vibe of the, yeah, I don't know. I guess they don't want to redo all the assets and everything,
yeah.
but, so that's all the ones in this season, but it's off Seat, sorry. Seat's, I don't know how I feel about Seat, to be honest.
Yeah. I've only done it once. I've got no opinions yet.
All of you, feed on the void. Let its dark.
I mean, I like the idea of bringing, like, folding it into the lore a little bit. I feel like that's a good idea.
Yeah, if they need like, I think picking dungeons that are kind of make sense in the lore is good, because like it's as good a metric as any when you're picking old dungeons, right? Like choose something slightly relevant. The Seat probably being the most relevant of all of the old dungeons. Yeah, that's fine. I would still like to see more of the old Shadowlands dungeons come back.
Yeah, they were really good. I don't think I really gave them the you know, time of day during Shadowlands.
Yeah, I think they were all pretty solid if I think back to Shadowlands dungeons. I know some of them have already come back into rotation recently, but
I feel like they nearly all have. Other
both
side,
Meldrax ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tazavesh definitely.
The other side hasn't come back yet,
Um,
but we've had
had Bastion.
the
definitely.
Gladiator one. Yeah.
Spires and Wake.
We haven't had. Yeah.
Have we had the? What about the Venthyr ones? I think
We had Halls of Atonement last season, but we haven't had Sanguine Depths. The ones that are really quite always.
Oh no.
I would like to see that one come back just for the meme.
Yeah.
That's actually probably my most traumatic one. I remember when I finally was able to time that one on whatever the equivalent key level was back in the day for KSM. When I started my healing journey, I literally stopped playing on that day. I was like, okay, I can rest finally. So it was the one that had plagued me the most.
I think that was one of the first dungeons we ever did together, I think.
Sanguine?
I think so.
No way. We only started playing together in Dragonflight. We never, because I was still on my EU account when I was doing that stuff. So we couldn't have played together.
I distinctly remember
Yeah,
playing
neither.
together now, but I don't know if that's just me cooking up stories in my head.
We couldn't have. Not for Mythic Plus at least. Maybe time walking or something.
Maybe.
Run out. Step.
When did you jump over from EU again? Was that...
Adds coming.
Just before Dragonflight. Because I can remember distinctly, I created my evoker and it was like my only high level, like max level character at the time. Aside from the druid, but then I hadn't, like I stopped playing her because I didn't have access to anything important. Like I couldn't do the end game content. I was just like a bit stuck. And then that's why I took the evoker as like my main season 1 Dragonflight. So it was the one I'd been playing the most at that point on this account.
Step.
And I had like no transmog, remember?
Yeah.
I was,
Running
just
around
using like the
shirtless.
Ventia cosmetic. Yes, yeah. I had nothing, no male transmog.
We've done it. One last task remains.
So it was at this point it was a couple of years ago that I switched over, but it still feels very new. And I guess in the span of my WoW career, it was a recent change.
The restless heart that haunts us. Please, lay it to rest.
This is Sylvanas, right?
I believe so.
Watch your step.
No, it's the Sylvanas model.
Doesn't
at
sound
least.
like her at all. Yeah.
Get knocked out.
Mortals. Scrap to any shred of control.
Shoot. Ah, someone stole my arrow.
Watch your step.
So we can clear the group on the ground with one of these, can't we?
Use the key.
Ah.
Just-
Oh, really? Oh, looks like you're right. It's a DPS mechanic I had no idea about. Does it affect me?
Get knocked outward.
This time, I will be more on top of this.
I tend to just lose a few seconds of DPS from the boss and just pick one of the ones like very close to the start of the circle so I can get it over with rather than wait till like the last second.
Yeah, That's what I usually do. I don't know why I didn't do it this time.